Good evening. This is Until Your Eyelids Grow Heavy, your late-night radio companion. Tonight, I'm here to share some peaceful moments with you as you drift through this sleepless night. Is it quiet outside your window now? Or perhaps you can still hear the distant hum of traffic? Tonight, I'd like to talk about something that surrounds us every day, yet remains endlessly fascinating: water. Water is truly mysterious, isn't it? It's transparent, shapeless, yet it exists everywhere in our lives. Pour it into a glass, and it becomes square. Pour it onto a plate, and it spreads flat. Water can take any form, making it one of the most flexible elements we know. Are you perhaps sipping some water as you listen to this? Maybe it's tea or coffee. Either way, water is the main ingredient flowing through your cup right now. Here's something amazing. About 60% of our bodies is made up of water. When we're babies, that number jumps to about 75%. Maybe that's why baby skin is so soft and plump. The sounds of water are incredibly soothing, aren't they? The patter of rain, the babbling of brooks, the rhythm of ocean waves. Listening to these sounds somehow calms our hearts and minds. Did you know that rain sounds have specific names? The gentle beginning of rain is often called a drizzle, while steady rain is precipitation, and heavy rain becomes a downpour. English has many words to describe different types of rain, each capturing a unique quality of water falling from the sky. There's a fascinating theory that water has memory. When scientists look at water crystals under a microscope, they form beautiful six-sided patterns. Some researchers claim that these patterns change based on the environment around the water. Water exposed to kind words supposedly forms beautiful crystals, while water exposed to harsh words creates distorted ones. While this isn't scientifically proven, it's a romantic thought, isn't it? Perhaps the water we drink carries memories of its long journey to reach us. Water travels in an endless cycle around our planet. It evaporates from oceans, becomes clouds, falls as rain, flows through rivers, and returns to the sea. This cycle has been happening for billions of years. The water you're drinking tonight might have once been sipped by dinosaurs, or used by Cleopatra for her famous baths. Deep ocean water exists in a world that's incredibly cold and completely dark. Yet even there, life thrives. Deep-sea creatures have evolved into forms we can barely imagine. The anglerfish dangles a glowing lure from its head to attract prey in the darkness. The oarfish grows to extraordinary lengths, looking almost like a sea dragon. Water changes form with temperature. It freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit and boils at 212 degrees. But here's something interesting: water is actually heaviest at about 39 degrees Fahrenheit. That's why ponds and lakes freeze from the top down. If water were heaviest when frozen, lakes would freeze from the bottom up, and fish wouldn't survive winter. Nature has such elegant solutions. Japan has countless beautiful water landscapes. Ashino-Hokai, nestled at the foot of Mount Fuji, features crystal-clear springs fed by melted snow that has filtered through volcanic rock for decades. The water temperature stays around 55 degrees Fahrenheit year-round, refreshingly cool even in summer. Kyoto's Philosopher's Path follows a canal where cherry blossom petals float on the water surface in spring, creating what looks like a pink carpet. In autumn, colorful leaves dance on the flowing water. Water plays a central role in many cultures. In Japanese tea ceremony, the ritual begins with drawing fresh water. Following the principle of Ichigo Ichi-e, one time, one meeting, the tea made with water drawn at that specific moment can never be replicated exactly. Japan's bathing culture is quite unique. Soaking in hot springs somehow washes away fatigue and refreshes both body and spirit. Different mineral compositions create springs of various colors: milky white, emerald green, or rich brown. Each type offers different healing properties and has been cherished for generations. Water can even become music. Have you heard of a suikin kutsu? This traditional Japanese garden feature creates sound when water droplets fall into a buried ceramic pot, echoing to produce tones that sound remarkably like a koto string instrument. The gentle, rhythmic drops create a peaceful melody that resonates through quiet gardens. Around the world, there are remarkable water formations. Bolivia's Salar de Uyuni becomes a perfect mirror during the rainy season, reflecting the sky so clearly that the horizon disappears. People call it the mirror of the sky. Turkey's Pamukkale features white limestone terraces filled with flowing hot springs. The contrast between the bright blue water and pure white stone creates an otherworldly landscape. Water is the source of all life. Life on Earth began in the oceans with tiny single-celled organisms. Over millions of years, these evolved into the complex life forms we see today, including ourselves. Human babies develop surrounded by amniotic fluid in their mother's womb. This fluid has a composition remarkably similar to ancient seawater. In a way, we all grew up in our own little ocean. Water symbolizes purification in many traditions. Various religions use water in cleansing rituals. At Shinto shrines, visitors wash their hands and rinse their mouths at the tamazuya before praying, borrowing water's purifying power. Think about washing your face with cold water in the morning. That cool sensation instantly wakes you up and signals the start of a new day. Or sinking into a warm bath at night, feeling the day's stress dissolve away as the warmth surrounds you. Water connects deeply with our emotions. Happy tears and sad tears are both made of salt water, yet they somehow taste different. Crying seems to wash away the confusion in our hearts. Perhaps water has this mysterious power to cleanse our spirits. There's nothing quite like cold water on a hot summer day, or that first drink after exercise. It doesn't just quench your thirst, it seems to flow through your entire being. Water truly is something to be grateful for. Yet many people around the world don't have access to clean drinking water. Those of us who can simply turn a tap and have safe water flow out are incredibly fortunate. When you think about it, that's pretty amazing. Earth is called the water planet. From space, it glows blue. But 97.5% of Earth's water is seawater, with only 2.5% being freshwater. Most of that is locked in glaciers and underground. The water we can actually use represents only about 0.01% of all water on Earth. That's why we need to treasure water. Do you leave the tap running while brushing your teeth? Do you use more water than necessary when washing dishes? Small changes in our habits can help conserve this precious resource. Water has many fascinating properties. Surface tension allows you to fill a glass right to the brim without spilling. Water striders can walk on water thanks to this same force. Water behaves differently from most substances. Usually, things shrink when they cool, but water actually expands when it gets colder than 39 degrees Fahrenheit. That's why ice floats. If ice were heavier than water, oceans would freeze from the bottom up, and marine life couldn't survive. Rainbows exist because of water too. Tiny water droplets in the air bend sunlight into 7 colors. Seeing a rainbow always feels like a good omen, doesn't it? Water reflects our inner state. A calm lake surface mirrors the world around it perfectly. But when wind blows, it creates ripples, and when it rains, the surface becomes cloudy. Perhaps our minds are like water surfaces, reflecting different things depending on our emotional weather. In the quiet of night, water sounds are particularly soothing. Distant rain, droplets falling into a bathtub, ice clinking in a glass. These are all small pieces of water's music in our daily lives. Water travels constantly, changing form but never disappearing. The water in your body right now will someday become clouds, then rain, then streams, eventually returning to the ocean. And then it will begin a new journey. Perhaps our lives are like water. Sometimes we flow rapidly, sometimes we rest peacefully. When we encounter obstacles, we find ways around them. Sometimes we seem to evaporate and disappear, but we don't really vanish, we just change form and continue onward. Tonight, we've explored many aspects of water. This substance we interact with so casually every day is truly mysterious and precious when we really think about it. If you're lying awake right now, try taking some slow, deep breaths. In and out. Even your breath contains water vapor. With every breath, you're touching water. Tomorrow morning when you wash your face or drink your first glass of water, maybe you'll remember tonight's conversation. Try imagining the journey that clear liquid has taken to reach you, and the journey it will take next. That's all for tonight. Until we meet again on another sleepless evening. This has been Until Your Eyelids Grow Heavy. Good night.